Morning, everyone. Father Dimitri here, coming to you from Washington, D.C. Today is one of my favorite Gospels. The message of Jesus bidding Peter to walk on the water is a message of hope, of courage, of facing all odds and believing in something so strongly that you're willing to get out of your safe boat and step out in the unknown. It's a fantastic message. It has so much faith, so much belief, so much meaning, and so many teachings. There's something, though, that really stands out for me, and that is the conviction that despite all odds, we are able to accomplish something. We're able to do something. And Christ talks about this conviction over and over when he talks about faith, when he says, if you have even the faith of a mustard seed, right? And if you've ever seen a mustard seed, you can't even almost see it. It's like the head of a pin. It's almost microscopic. If you have even that much conviction, that much faith, that much belief, you can move mountains. You can tell this mountain, get up and throw yourself into the sea, right? So this power, this little seed of something that you can't see, you can't hold, you can't, physically comprehend your own faith or your own conviction, but either you have it or you don't, right? And it's something that I think many of us are looking for. Many of us want to believe in something, want to believe in ourselves, want to believe in God, want to believe in others, want to believe in our political systems, right? Our culture, our cities, our states, our identity. We're all looking to belong, we're all looking to believe. And the one really interesting ingredient in this story starts off in the first sentence in the Gospel of Matthew, in this pericope, when it says that Jesus sent them away. He sent his disciples away, and he alone cared for all the people. And there was a great multitude, and after he was done ministering to the multitude, he sent the people away. And then it says Jesus went up into the hills. In other places, it says Jesus went to a lonely place, alone, to pray. And so in this case, he goes up into the hills, into the mountains, to pray and to be alone. And this one maybe seemingly insignificant detail, I think, is really one of the major keys for personal transformation. The ability to be alone. The ability to find solitude, to find comfort when maybe there are no creature comforts around, right? If I've never been to the Holy Land, but from all the pictures and all the other people that have gone have reported that it's a barren place. It is rocky and it is hot, and there's not much life at all. And so imagine a man, right, Jesus, caring for the people, and then retreating alone, probably no food, maybe very little water, into this lonely, sort of barren, desolate place. And Jesus would do this over and over and over. Almost after every major miracle, he would leave everyone else and he would go alone. And I always think about this. What is it about being alone? What is it about this solitude that has that ability to, to recharge, to give? He gave Christ that something that he had, right? I mean, obviously he's God and man, so the Holy Spirit is there and present in Holy Father, but his actions would reinforce that. And his seeking after solitude, I think, is really important for us. And so in our own lives, if we can't find that solitude, if we can't find that 1 hour a month or that 1 minute a day, right, for that time to to reflect, to contemplate, to think, right? I mean, it says Jesus went up to pray. But what is praying other than allowing your mind, allowing your soul, allowing your thoughts to all become focused, to all find that one place where there's no distractions, right? Where there's not this chatter and this nonsense and this noise of all this stuff that just surrounds us all the time. And so what I take from this is how necessary and important, if we want that conviction, if we want to have that little kernel of belief, of faith, of that inner strength that we know something. We don't just hope, we don't just wish for something, but we know it, we feel it in our heart to absolutely be true. You can't get that if we're constantly bombarded by all this outer stuff, all of this noise, all this static that's surrounding us all the time. And so one thing we can do to combat that is to find those little moments of solitude, find those little moments of quiet, of stillness, of peace, whether it's on a walk or sitting by a lake or sitting on a mountain, right? We can all find these little places of quiet, but we have to look for them. We have to intentionally say, I need to go out and recharge. And I think that even by adding a little bit of that to our lives, it can really bring a lot of transformation, a lot of personal growth. Because what happens when you're alone with your thoughts, right? What happens when you are intentionally, let's say, being alone, and you say, no, I need some time alone, right? Aren't those moments so precious? Aren't those moments so important for personal growth and personal development and the filtering out of all of those unnecessary things? For me, it is, absolutely. And we see from Christ that, look, he's the master, right? After he did that, not only did he walk on water, but it says the boat was out furlongs out at the sea. And it was a dark and stormy night. And while Peter walked from here to there, right? Peter had just that little kernel of faith. He walked, let's say, from here, right, to the corner. Christ, in the total darkness, think about this, in complete pitch black darkness, walks from dry land, steps out into the sea, and just walks. It says furlongs. I don't know exactly how long furlongs is, but I'm guessing at least a couple of kilometers. And he walks, and he walks, and he walks, because he had that much power, that much faith, that much conviction, that he knew where he was going. He was not afraid. That is the pinnacle. That is what you and I are capable of when we have that in our hearts. But it's something we work towards. It's something that we emulate, and we have to take those little hints that Christ, the Master, teaches us. And in this case, it is solitude and silence and prayer. Guys, thanks for tuning in. Hope you have a blessed and restful week. I hope you find that moment of quiet and solitude to allow your hearts and minds to settle. Much love.